It's back by popular demand. It's BBIG. It's a stock that we used to look at a lot. And the reason why we're back looking at this one is because out of nowhere we're seeing this massive rally over the past 3 trading days with BBIG. You're going to see it's getting bigger over time, and I think this really is interesting because usually when we see a rally like this with stocks that take us up 15% on one day and even more in the past 3 or 4 days, I usually am apprehensive to say this one has a potential to go higher. But what we're seeing with BBIG is very, very apparent when we look at the more long-term chart. As I have said to you guys before, back in about, early September, late October, let's say, this one was trading between a price at the highs, which was up here, about $12, and even down here at the midsection, it was around $8, $10, somewhere in that region, and even at the lows of that period, it hit about $5.42. So this one does have a history, it does have that potential to run again, and now people are thinking about the potential for a short squeeze here with BBIG. And I want to do a quick look at the charts, give a few of my opinions in the video. Again, it's not going to be the most in-depth technical analysis, but we are going to have a quick look at the chart, and I will share a few more of my opinions. Now, if BBIG videos do well, I will continue to make them, so if you want to make sure that you like the video and subscribe, I will know that you enjoy it, and of course the more people that do that, the more likely I will be to continue making these videos. But now we're going to dive in and we're going to have a look at this one, and we're going to start off over on this chart. So getting back to what we're seeing over here, I'm going to zoom out to the 1 year chart, and you'll see this trend over time. So what we initially had is we had BBIG sat at a price of about 222. And you'll see that level of 222 is significant, especially in our more recent time period, because if you look at where this line goes across to roughly, it takes us to about here, which is a recent bottom that we have found in that range. So it has kind of held up again, as we have seen in the past a while ago, and we have seen a little bit of a bounce off there. Now, prior to that, BBIG had difficulty breaking past about 373. Obviously, more recently though, we have done that as well, so that's good to see. And past there, we had difficulty at multiple points around the range of 510 up to about 520. So perhaps that could be a level that we're going to have some difficulty at this point. But first, I think 416, as that has been a level where we have managed to find a little bit of a resistance point at this time, even though we were continuing to drop. So perhaps if we can break past that point again, that would be perfect. But that's just a few levels in the past. But the story that I'm trying to tell here is a story of long-termism. Because over the long term, BBIG has seen these massive rips up, and it's not like it doesn't have the potential to do this again. Now, if you remember, all of a sudden the stock price started to tumble at one point in time, around this period, and from there, it never really recovered. It just dropped and dropped more and more. But does that mean it's over? Not necessarily, as we have seen in other stocks in the past. I think this 3-day run that we're starting to see now could be the start of something to come in the next week, which is of course going to be starting technically tomorrow. So if we can zoom out here to the Yahoo Finance chart, if it will allow me to do so, and what we can do now is bring up a few of our technical indicators. So we're going to quickly get those up. We're going to have a look at the main ones that we usually do. We're going to have a look at the moving average, get that one up there. We're going to have a look at the RSI, and we're also going to have a look at the MACD, and we're going to have a look at volume as well. All things which I see as quite important. So we'll see what we can figure out from this. So have a look at the chart and you can see a few things are clear immediately in a bit more detail than they were on the previous chart. What we're seeing first of all is volume increases, significant volume increases. Now we could bring up the volume indicator, and actually let's do that to make it a bit more clear for you guys. So volume indicator, let's bring that one up real quick. Volume, and you'll see the trend for this, because I do want to highlight what we're seeing for the volume, because it is increasing significantly. So you get that bullish volume come back in, as you will see now, touching almost about 200 million on the Friday, so it was very high. And if you look at this over the past month, volume has been drying up over time. We had some high volume days back here, but recently, especially in the past month, and especially over the past 3 months since the initial rise, the volume figures are dropping for BBIG by a lot. But zoom out now to the past 6 months and you will see volume is coming back almost to where it was in this time period, where we did see the massive run up from that $2-3 range all the way up to the $10 plus range. So does it mean that we're primed for another run to this level again? Not necessarily, but it is something which is possible. And again, the stock does have form. It's not like we're looking at a stock which people are speculating on for the first time. It has run higher than 5. It has run higher than 7. Usually I'd say the chances of the stock doubling are slim. And of course they may be considered to be so in this instance. But all I can say is it does have history and it has done this in the past. Anyway, looking at a few of our indicators, inevitably as you would expect with such a big run up, we're seeing the MACD figure being sat on 70. It's definitely coming towards the higher end. 80 is overbought rather. So it's coming up to that higher end as you may expect with such a big run, but obviously that is just taking into account the rise that we have seen. Now what is looking good on the other hand is going to be our figure on the MACD. That is now becoming bullish. For a long time it has been quite bearish, especially over the past month, but now it's flipping in trend that it's coming back onto the bullish side of things, which is good. It shows that we're possibly looking for another push up in the future, but that is of course a lagging indicator. And you'll see that we have recently broken below that 50-day moving average. Now we're climbing above it again, which is very, very good. And it certainly does appear to be the case that BBIG did find that consolidation around 250, if not slightly below. So into this next week with BBIG, yes, I know this was not the most in-depth video, but I do think we do now have that potential to push even higher. I think we're in a great place really with this stock. I think looking forwards into this next week, we could definitely be going, higher than what we currently are. We're looking to break past that level at $5. That's going to be a key one, as we have found difficulty here in the past, for instance back here. But get past there, as I think we may do, we're in a great place. So the next few days inevitably are going to be crucial with BBIG. But I want to hear what your thoughts are in the comment section. Again, if you want to see more in-depth videos, I can continue to make them for you. Obviously, when the market is trading, we'll have a lot more to talk about, and we can do some more of that DD and research for BBIG too, if that is something that you want to see. But the only way that I know that you want to see it, guys, is if you tell me, and the best way to do that is to leave a comment or like and subscribe. I'll be back to see you guys, hopefully again very soon, but goodbye for now. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you'll be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.